I'm gonna show you how to calculate your macros because that is what you're gonna follow to feel your best. So first, when you calculate your macros, you have to calculate your BMR. This is not your maintenance calories. This is an important step to finding your maintenance calories. Here's the formula. We're gonna break it down in the set of parentheses. Okay, let's take an example. We're gonna take a woman 5'4" that weighs 160 pounds and she's 35 years old. So our first step is 10 times her weight in kilograms. 160 pounds in kilograms is 73. So our first step is going to be parentheses 10 times 73, end of parentheses. Then we're gonna do our plus sign. Next step is height in centimeters times 6.25. So if she's 5'4", in centimeters, that's 163 centimeters. So we're gonna do 6.25 times 163, end of parentheses, minus parentheses 5 times her age, which is 35. At the end of this formula is a minus 161. So let's tack that on to the end. This is what your formula should look like. Now we're going to calculate it by parentheses. So we're gonna do 10 times 73. So 730. Keep that in parentheses. Plus 6.25 times 163, 1019. Minus 5 times her age, which is 35, which is 175. And at the end, we have tacked on 161. So this is what it should look like. Now let's punch those numbers in. Okay, so we've got her BMR, which is about 1400 calories. Again, this is not the amount of calories we want to go by. So now we're gonna calculate maintenance calories. To do that, we need activity level. Most people, myself included, multiply your BMR by 1.2. So that gives us about 1700 calories. So that is her maintenance calories. From here, we can account for a calorie deficit and we can break it down into macros. If you are wanting to lose 1 pound a week, I recommend a deficit of 250 from food and 250 from exercise. You need 3,500 calories to drop a pound. So over 1 week of time, you're gonna lose that 1 pound with a 500 calorie deficit per day. Okay, here's the fun part. I recommend between 0.8 and 1 gram of protein per pound that you are. So for her, she weighs 160 pounds. So that's gonna be anywhere between 130 to 160 grams of protein. If you go for that 160 and find that it's too hard to meet, you can come down. But I love shooting for as high a protein as possible because the higher the protein you have, the more your body's going to go towards burning fat instead of muscle. So let's, in this example, aim for that 160. Every gram of protein is 4 calories. So we're gonna find out how many calories in protein this woman needs to be getting every day. 160 times 4, 640 calories in protein every day. Next, we'll do fat. It's very simple. You take your 1700 calories times it by 0.3. That will give you the amount of calories you need in fat every day. So that's 510 calories in fat. To get that in grams, we're gonna divide it by 9 because every gram of fat is 9 calories. So we get 56. What's left is carbs. For the calculation for carbs, we're going to use what we calculated for protein and fat, and the remainder goes towards carbs. Easiest way to do this is to add up the calories that we have so far. So if 1700 is our total, we have 640 from protein and 510 from fat. We're gonna subtract that from the 1700. So that will leave us with 550 calories for carbs. Every gram of carbs is 4 calories. So now we're gonna divide that number by 4 to get the grams of carbs that we need per day. So that equates to 137 grams of carbs. So your macros are as follows: 160 protein, 56 fat, and 137 grams of carbs.